Have you ever had one of those days where everything feels like just too much? The noise is louder, the lights seem brighter, every task feels harder, and every simple decision feels exhausting. This can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, depressed, emotionally dysregulated, or some other strong emotion that we may not be able to identify. Now, for those of us on a late autism journey, we may have pushed through those feelings because we thought that was what adults were supposed to do. And we could do it again. We could push through our day, but we feel there is a high possibility of either a meltdown, a shutdown, or even worse, autistic burnout that could damage our relationships and or cost us our jobs. So what do? We could take a break, but we feel others would think we are lazy or worse. But what if taking a break wasn't being lazy? Which, spoiler alert, it isn't. What if taking a mental health day was actually one of the healthiest things we can do? Today, we're talking about the power of a mental health day, which I call a me day, and why it can be an important part of autistic self care. Hey, my fellow confident autistics, I am the confident autistic. You can call me Chris. On this channel, we create videos and more that will help you better understand autism, connect you with resources that can help you through your late autistic journey, and I share my life as a late diagnosed autistic adult. This is the kind of content you're looking for. Please hit the subscribe button. And what we're watching right now is another video in the series Adult Autism 101. This is another video in the series Adult Autism 101. Adult Autism 101 breaks down autism for adults on a late autism journey. What is a mental health day? A mental health day is exactly what it sounds like. It's an intentional time set aside to reset, recover, and recharge our minds and nervous systems. It's not about avoiding life. No, don't let that get in your mind. You're not avoiding life. That's not what it's about. A mental health day, which I like to call a me day, is about recognizing when our mental and emotional resources are running low and giving ourselves the opportunity to refill those resources before we hit a crisis point. Think of it this way. Most of us wouldn't keep driving a car after the fuel gauge reaches empty. Well, let's be honest, we couldn't really. Eventually, it's going to stop, right? So most of us wouldn't keep driving a car after the fuel gauge reaches empty. Yet many autistic adults like you and me spend years trying to function with an empty tank. That's one of the forms of masking that we do because we want to be like the neurotypical people. And we got to quit measuring ourselves to the neurotypical standards because that's a different type of yardstick. That's like trying to measure something in imperial measurements, which we use here in the United States, inches, feet, etc., to the metric system. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, you really think I just made this up on the spot. It's true. Most of the world works on the metric system. Okay, not most. The rest of the world does. America works on the imperial system. Now, since most people are neurotypical, they have the metric system. We have the imperial system. Stop measuring yourself. We should stop measuring ourselves with the yardstick that's used for neurotypicals because we're different. We're wired different, and that's okay. We got to take care of ourselves. Why are mental health days especially important for us? Autistic adults often experience life differently than neurotypical people. Many of us deal with sensory overload, social exhaustion, anxiety, executive functioning challenges, constant changes, and uncertainty in life. the effects of masking. Now, each of these challenges that I just mentioned requires energy. And when I say energy, I mean a lot of energy. And because many late diagnosed autistic adults like us spent years masking and pushing ourselves beyond our limits, we often don't recognize how exhausted we really are until our minds and our bodies force us to stop. That's where mental health days can help. Mental health days allow us to step back before overwhelm becomes autistic burnout. Now, we don't want to have to wait until we're completely exhausted. Some common signs include feeling irritable or emotionally sensitive, difficulty concentrating, increased sensory sensitivity, trouble making decisions, feeling constantly overwhelmed, increased anxiety, wanting to withdraw from everything and everyone, and or feeling exhausted even after sleeping. If several of those sound familiar, it might be your brain asking for a break. What does a mental health day look like? Well, one of the biggest misconceptions is that a mental health day has to look a certain way. It doesn't. For some of us on the spectrum, it may mean staying home, turning off notifications, wearing comfortable clothes, spending time with a special interest, listening to calming music, reading a book, taking a nap, or spending time in nature. While others, it may simply mean reducing demands and expectations for a single day. The goal isn't productivity. The goal is recovery when you are engaging in your own mental health day. What are the benefits of taking a mental health day? Well, when we give ourselves permission to rest, several things can happen. We may notice reduced stress, less anxiety, better emotional regulation, improved focus, increased patience, more energy, and or greater self-awareness. Most importantly, we may prevent a temporary period of overwhelm from experiencing long-term autistic burnout. A mental health day isn't about escaping life. It's about creating the capacity to return to life with more energy and more confidence. I have a challenge for you. If you're watching this and thinking, I really need a mental health day, but I don't feel like I earned one, I want you to consider something. Would you tell a friend to wait until they completely collapse before taking care of themselves? Probably not. Let me rephrase that. Hopefully you won't do that. If you do that, you may want to rethink and work on compassion. But I'm just saying, no judgment here. Just letting you know, I would not recommend telling someone, keep on going until you collapse. It's probably not a good idea. Well, it isn't a good idea. So why treat yourself that way? Taking care of your mental health isn't selfish. It's necessary. And for every autistic adult like us, it can be one of the most important forms of self-care. Now it's your turn. What does a mental health day look like for you? Share your response in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and share it with your community. Thank you for watching this video. New episodes of Adult Autism 101 drop every Monday, so be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to receive notifications of new videos and when I go live. In the meantime, please check out this video that is coming up on your screen. And until next time, I am the Confident Autistic, reminding you to live confidently autistic.